Good morning, students of class 12. It is the video of the book Flamingo. The lesson is Lost Spring. In this very part of Lost Spring, part 2, you will learn about the depravity of the basic requirements of the people who live in the city of Firozabad, which is very famous not only in India for making bangles but abroad also. It is a very big hub of bangle making industries where the children and the people who are engaged in making this very precious, auspicious, colorful bangles live in such a poverty that is heart-rending. How they become so emaciated, how they are physically, economically, socially exploited by our own countrymen, that you will learn. The writer Anis Jung met a boy named Mukesh who aspired to become a motor mechanic. So Anis Jung asked whether he knew anything about cars. When she asked, he replies with confidence that he would learn to drive a car, looking straight into her eyes. But it is such a dramatic melody that he is never able to become a driver that he craves for since his childhood. Mukesh is such a boy who desires to become a motor mechanic as well as he wants to drive a car. He lives in Firozabad, working in glass blowing industry. Here, 20,000 children work near hot furnaces. These furnaces are so hot that the children lose their eyesight in their young age, barely enough to earn that much money with which they can eat food for their better survival. They lose their health, eyesight, and there is no joy tradition of same work. Hence, it is their same tradition that their forefathers did, and now there is no possibility of change in the profession. There is resistance to change. What are they? That is poverty and tradition. Really, poverty is such a stigma that really overburdens their life. This tradition of making bangle has really put them bound their hands and feet, and they are not able to come out of it. It has become a social stigma, and social forces, law, police, and middlemen, politicians, bureaucrats, sahukars, means there is a very good nexus of these people, policemen, who are the law makers as well as those who are the persons who maintain law and order, middlemen, brokers, politicians, big officers, IAS officers, IPS officers, and the sahukars, money lenders are also accountable for making them live in this very miserable and pathetic condition of life. They have lack of leaders. They are not guided by such leaders who can break their fetters from the poverty as well as their such traditional profession that they have to adopt and retain and continue. Moreover, they have lack of attitude. Children are burdened. Children are so much burdened, hence they have got childhood. These are the words and expressions. If you know all about it, it will certainly help you much more. That is looking for what is that? Searching or seeking. Next one is perpetual state of poverty. What do you mean by perpetual state of poverty? It is constant state of poverty that has started from the forefathers and it is still in continuation. Slog their daylight hours. They have to work hard and steadily living in the damp houses which is not having even a window and light flickers with the wild lamp and in which we have to build the glasses so that we can met into the magnets. Impose the baggage on the child means they have to bear the burden with responsibility, means it is their duty to work and their parents and children both work together so that they can at least have this much money with which they can really eat both times meal, 2 times meal. Dark hut nights. These are the places where they live, and this is very unhygienic, and there is no drainage system, there is no sanitation, so they have to live in a very primeval state when the human beings and the animals both live together. So here we have learned about some words also. I must tell you about some figures of speech used in this lesson. That is hyperbole, that is garbage to them is gold. Metaphor, yes, example, drowned in the air of desolation. Simile, what is that example? Her hands move mechanically like the tongs of a machine. That is the example of simile. What is contrast? Just opposite. She still has bangles on her wrist, but not light in her eyes. Yes, she has beautiful, colorful bangles on the wrist of women, but she had to work in such a damp condition, in such a bad light, which really made her eyesight marred, and now she is almost blind. So it is the condition. So here, Mukesh's family was involved in the profession of glass bangle making. They did not know that it was quite illegal to force children to work in such glass furnaces. The workplaces were hot, dark, closed rooms without any ventilation. they often ended up losing their eyesight also. What if there are altogether 20,000 children who they have been engaged in this very profession from generations? What kind of work do they do? They just work in the damp rooms where there are furnaces, they weld glasses, make bangles for all the women in the land, it seems. Mukesh's family is among them, and he knows that the dingy houses without air and light that the law if enforced get him and all those 20,000 children will become out of the hot furnaces where they slog their daylight hours and lose their brightness of eyes. Mukesh, Mukesh is one of the children who is really volunteer to take the author to his room. He proudly says his house is being rebuilt. Means he had a very poor house, and now these are the stinking lands choked with garbage, and they are very crumbling walls and ugly doors and no windows. They are crowded with families of humans and animals as if both of them have to live in a very primeval state of life. The doors can be opened by anyone else. Here, when they enter the elevator and Mukesh enters, there is a half-built shack and one of it thatched with dead grass. There is a firewood stove. What is that? Firewood stove over which there sits a large vessel container of sizzling spinach lips. Who is making this? It is large aluminum platters are more chopped with vegetables. There is a weak young woman who is cooking the evening meal for the whole family. Who is this woman? It is Mukesh's elder brothers, and her eyes are filled with smoke, though she smiles, like many other Indian women. So here, she commands the respect of the Bahu, and she is the daughter-in-law of the house. There are 3 men in the house, and she has to cook food for her husband, Mukesh, and their father. So here, when the older man enters, she has to withdraw her veil so that her face could not be seen. It is a custom that she follows. Here, despite long years of hard labor, first is a tailor. Hence, his father was first a tailor, then he became a bangle maker. He has failed to rebuild the house. So, he sent his 2 sons to school. All he has managed to do is teach them what he knows. It is the art of making bangles. Here it is Mukesh's grandmother who has watched her own husband becoming blind with the dust from polishing the glass of bangles, and she wants that this God-given lineage can be broken. She implies she is born in the caste of bangle makers, and they have seen nothing but bangles. Here it is their house. In this, where every second house in Firozabad, there are spirals of bangles They are sunny gold, paddy green, royal blue, pink, purple, and every color of bangles found. So now they live in such bad conditions. There is one woman, not she is only woman who has really said that she had never eaten the two times meal, and she says that एक वक्त शेर भर खाना भी नहीं खाया. What does it mean? That she has never enjoyed even one full meal in her entire life. What a tragedy is there in life. Here, the Bengal commands very auspicious place in their life. It is the symbol of their suhag and auspiciousness which is given on the occasion of marriage, and the girls, women, they like to wear it, and they wear various colors of bangles in different seasons also. It is also said. When what does happen? The narrator asks is, why don't they have cooperative system? She asks a group of men who have fallen into the vicious circle of middlemen, the brokers who trapped their fathers and forefathers for their own selfishness. So they say very frankly that if they even get themselves organized, they will be just sent to the police, and they will be blamed for doing some mischievous wrong acts. They will just trap them in illicit cases, which will just make them suffer from such vicious circle of life that they will never come out of it. Means there is a very good network of all these bureaucrats, politicians, leaders, and some middlemen and sahukars. They are those people who lend them money at high rate of interest, and they are never able to repay them. In this way, we find that it is very miserable condition. They live in dire poverty. Their needs and social conditions are unjustified, and we are the victims of injustice. Thank you, children. Thank you. I hope if you watch this video, you will like it and be able to solve all kinds of questions related to experience. Thank you.